So am I the drama just pretending it's valid?
I feel you, girl.
True that.
I feel ya. Girl. Girl.
Because it's unanimous.
Not
It's
okay.
unanimous.
Not okay.
What the?
Yeah.
Okay, so question. So it's
Yes,
like
ma'am.
let's unpack this and can't tell yet. Drama queen and no drama,
Correct.
and then
Or not the drama.
oh, not the drama.
Not the
okay,
drama. Not the drama.
chill mom, and what was the like? What's the opposite of chill? Mom?
So chill mama is like not the drama. So you're good. I just gave you guys the option of either or. Like if you want to use chill mama or not the drama.
Oh, gotcha.
Or if you
Okay.
wanted to use drama queen or drama. You know what I mean? No? Okay.
Okay, so are they? So
I
it's a
am
total
so
of
sorry,
three.
guys.
Oh, you're fine. It's a total of three, or we're only
It's a
using
total
two.
of 3.
Gotcha. Okay, so chill mama with the drama. Drama
I am
queen.
so sorry.
No, you're fine.
I just
Okay, so let's unpack this and can't tell yet. Those are two different ones, right?
no. Sorry. No. I should have just said girls 3 drama chill mama and let's unpack this.
Oh, gotcha. That's
Gotcha.
easy. I can do that.
Okay. So can I do drama?
You could do whatever you want.
And
my
then
dear.
the other
Honestly,
one
these are suggestions.
is
You can do whatever you want.
Chill the F up. Out. Up.
You could do
Chill the F.
All we need
What's
is
the
one of
correct
each.
English?
We need
On that.
okay.
Chill the fuck
Chill.
out.
Out?
Out.
Yeah.
Out?
Guys can
Okay.
use chill out if you want. That's fine with me.
Oh. Okay.
It was just suggestions, really.
So what's this? Let's unpack this. That's if we want to talk about it.
That's just a neutral. That's a neutral.
Oh,
Like you don't want to say
okay.
drama or not drama. You don't want to say either. You're like, I can't tell yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I have to tell you girls that yesterday I had to buy a package of paper so Amazon would deliver this by 5 a.m. this morning to me.
You're joking.
So you know when you have to add stuff to your Amazon cart so you can get that
yeah.
free shipping and
Oh,
you
yeah.
really don't need anything, but then you're starting to go through and you're like, yeah. So anyway, I ended up with
I didn't even do mine because this baby.
white papers.
My gosh, man.
Paper.
So, okay.
Paper.
So So what's yours, Jill? Did you do? Is yours based off your personality, or you just went based off of how Jackie did?
No. No
You follow
personality. I
instructions.
just do a check. So
So you
drama. Not the drama.
She's a follower.
And
She's a follower.
my personality is I do what Jackie told me.
Okay, because mine definitely okay. I got wrong time. Like, it's wrong time to talk about it. And the drama queen and the chill mom. Let me see. Ooh, I'm gonna be lit. Can I be lit?
Yes.
Okay.
Be all you want to be.
Okay, everybody know what lit mean, right?
I have no idea.
Yes.
What does that mean?
What is for the people who don't know?
I love this. So lit is just like you, like you with the shit, Michelle. Like you're like the cool mom. Like you're with whatever.
So that's cool. Lit is cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can be lit. Michelle's lit.
Yes. Michelle is lit. Like,
Michelle
and if you
lit.
like, and like if you like really
Obviously, I'm
really
not.
cool.
Obviously, I'm not because I don't know what lit means. So, but it's all good.
It's okay because like if you like, I mean, because it's like it's something that's like, but you're exciting, right? Like,
Okay,
I love
figure
this.
it out. I'll get it.
It's like,
The English as a second language person right here is having a really complicated time today. I'm learning words. And, okay, so,
you're so funny, Michelle.
all right.
so if you are with the drama, just say you with the shits, Michelle. That's what you start saying. You with the shits.
I'm with the shits.
What?
Yep. That means you
Okay.
are with all the drama.
This is so funny.
Shits.
I'm gonna have fun with this episode.
Yep. Yep. Just like that.
Is that how you say it?
Yes. That's exactly how you say it. But it's really D-A. Like D-A instead of the. It's the.
Oh,
D-A.
okay, let me,
Yes.
D-A. Okay, let's
DA.
I was trying to do that, but, with the shits. There you go.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
With the shit. Michelle.
You should put some of this on. Just us trying
I'm
to.
gonna.
Are we
I-
recording?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Hate
Awesome.
the drama. Ain't drama, you say. Ain't with it. And the other one gonna be mind your business. Yep.
We're gonna get started on this
Okay, let's
episode
do it.
because this is gonna be pretty fun. Actually, I think you guys are gonna have a lot of, discussion. So today, I just wanted to have fun, and I think we're gonna have a variety of these episodes. It's kind of like, am I the a-hole kind of episode? Am I the jerk? And other, forums. I love to see these Reddits online. And a lot of podcasters do them, but I want the mom version. So today we're going to read off a couple of these that I found online anonymously. Some are from, actually all of them are a derivative, not directly related with the actual story that I found online. So it's going to have a little bit of a tweaked version, but I think that they all have something in common, which is it's a problem moms have. So am I the drama or just tired of being the only one who's on? Okay, here we go. Lately, I've been seriously wondering, am I the problem in my marriage? Or am I finally just waking up to how uneven everything really is? Before we had our baby, my husband and I were great. We hardly ever argued. We were chill, connected, and honestly, had a really good rhythm as a couple. But ever since our daughter was born, it's like something cracked open. Now we're just snapping at each other every single day. Sometimes it's small stuff. Sometimes it escalates, but it's always there. The tension is there. Even stuff that wasn't there before comes up. Here's the part that's driving me crazy. He'll sleep in, like legit stay in bed until 10 or 11 a.m. on weekends, while I've already been up since 6 a.m. with our 14-month-old. I don't know what you guys are doing because I'm reading, so I'm just gonna...
Not okay. Not okay.
Doing snacks, diapers, toys, cleanups, repeat. And by the time he finally walks out, he's acting like it's a lazy Sunday morning, and I'm already 3 hours deep into the parenting chaos. And he's just chill. Nothing rattles him. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there spiraling like, did she drink enough milk? Did I clip her nails this week? Wait, is today bath day? Did I skip it again? Oh God, I forgot to brush her teeth again. My brain never turns off. And now I'm noticing I'm starting to feel resentful. Like really resentful. But part of me keeps asking, is that fair? Am I being dramatic? Or is what is happening? What's happening? And I can only imagine, and I'm just like, I'm cracking right now. Or is this what happens when you're the one carrying everything and it starts to show? I don't want to be angry all the time. I don't want to feel like I'm the only one managing the details of our child's life. But, okay, done. So am I the drama just pretending it's valid?
I feel you, girl.
True that.
I feel ya. Girl! Girl.
Because
Unanimous.
Not
It's
okay.
unanimous.
Not okay.
What the?
Yeah,
Your
not
ass
okay.
up. Start
No.
changing some effing diapers.
Yeah, you're half of that. You were half of that decision.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
get up.
Yeah,
You're part of this.
exactly.
And like, I feel like my husband and I will alternate sometimes on the weekends where like one day one of us sleeps in, the other one kind of gets the day started, or, you know, one of us will be with my daughter and the other one works out or whatever. But like, not having a discussion and the assumption just being like, oh, this is my rest time? Absolutely not. Not okay. Not
Aisha,
okay.
care to share? No.
there's no way. Like, I understand that he may be tired. I'm tired too. They better figure
That's
out a
right.
system, because at the end of the day, both of them are going through postpartum, mama and daddy, and they either figure it out or po baby is gonna suffer because they are just gonna stay into it. So they gotta figure that out, and I'ma just mind my business.
Just want to hear from everyone. I'm curious now. I'm just curious because
Well, for me, this is exactly what happens, right? And I'm gonna admit, it happens to me. It's happened to me. Like, you don't say anything, and keep letting things happen, and you keep letting things happen, and then you resent the out of your person. And instead of making it like, okay, it's time, like, you're going to lose it. And so I've been there.
right, like that's really what it
And-
is like,
And it's, I mean, you can't let it go like that, because it will lead to a resentful marriage, which will lead into, you know, divorce or whatever it is that's coming, because that is
Yeah,
how
like it
things-
festers
It
when you're
does.
not communicating
It does.
about it.
It
Like, and the
does.
resentment just builds and builds and builds.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Well,
did
I'm
he
gonna
even want
play-
this baby?
Right.
right,
Yeah.
right. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate for just one moment, not because I agree with being a devil's advocate and I disagree with the mama. So some guys, sometimes I feel that we kind of do everything and we kind of train them to not do enough in the home. Now, I'm not saying it's our fault. I'm just saying a lot of what we're doing doesn't allow for them to understand what their role is when it comes to being daddy. And if they are already sleeping in on a Saturday or Sunday, that tells me a couple things. It tells me that mom hasn't communicated the problem to daddy. Right? Do you guys agree? So I feel like a lot of it is also on us to communicate this. Now, if after a lot of communication, the guy is still not doing his part, then I think that is where it becomes more of a resentful situation. And now, now we need couples counseling and all the things. And now he's wrong. But I think go ahead, Taisha.
I wait until you finish your statement, because I
So I think that a lot of it is also the communication portion. It's if the father is sleeping in, something tells me he thinks that it's okay to sleep in, and mom's gonna take care of everything. But what do you think, Taisha?
So what I was going to say is, it also, of course, we don't know everything. We only have the vignette that was presented
right,
before
of
us. So it's like, is dad working late? Or
Right.
getting home, and are the shifts different? So let's not assume anything. We're just going to take what we have for face value, and I still call it BS. Because anything else we're adding to it, we're adding that there was no communication. We're adding, and we are assuming, and when we assume, we make an ass out of you and me. So just based off the information that she provided,
Yes.
she's gonna have to tell us more in order for us to even make a valid response to be like, you know what, sis, he wrong. He needs to be doing X, Y, and Z. Or sis, you are wrong and he's doing his part. So it really, like, just based off of what we have, I call BS.
What?
Absolutely.
Because there's no way. Like, this is our baby. If I'm waking up at 6, you better roll over and hand me the diaper. Like, it's teamwork. But it also depends on, like you guys stated, what's the communication? Did we communicate before we, was this a planned pregnancy? Did this just happen? Am I a married single mom? Like, what are we doing? So those are, like, conversations that should have been had while pregnant, before getting pregnant, when the baby get here, just for reiteration. Now, if all of that stuff was ignored, then of course, mama, you're valid. But other than that, it sounds like you're just going through it and you wanted to vent.
Okay. So
Tell us, Michelle.
I am type A. So I'm the kind of mama that I'm going to do everything, right? So I do take that on.
A lot of moms.
So
do.
I'm just taking this on a different side here too. And it is like, I mean, we will never know what the truth is in this, right? I think that all we're trying to create is a little conversation here.
Right.
but I, like, and usually, I will tell you this, usually it is somewhere in the middle on what the guy says and the girl says. So if you could get the two of them, it would be something in the middle is kind of where the truth of the matter really is. But
Absolutely.
Coming from a type A, where, like, I do everything in my house. I do it. I do. It's how I am. It's how I do it, especially with Drake and all the stuff that I need to take care of. Like, when I need help, I will ask for the help. But usually, most of the time, unless I say, can you do this? I almost feel like it's already expected that I'm going to do it, which kind of sucks because it does increase that resentment, right?
Yeah.
And so I am not saying that what I do and what I'm doing is the correct way, because it's absolutely not the correct way to do things. But depending on personality, depending on, I think that she was probably really down at that time for you to go out on social media and write something like this up. Like, you really are, like, down in the trenches, you know what I mean? And you kind of need somebody to just say, girl, you're okay, it's going to be okay, or, like, you're right. But you just have to watch out for that. Like, what are the expectations you are putting on other people? Like, what are the expectations that you put on yourself? What are you doing that you are not expecting other people to do? So, I'm just throwing it out there. There's always a million different ways we can look at this, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I told you, Michelle.
If it's not changing not one diaper, then holy
That's
that is a big effing deal. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Right. Like I told you on one episode, just because we carry it does not mean it's not heavy. And a lot of times, especially as moms, it's like we automatically go into, we have to do everything, right? But then it's like, with that, are we not giving dad credit, because that's dad's child too? So it's just like, no, this is my baby, I got it. And it was like, well, dang, I carried him before you carried him or her, so it's my child too. So as mamas, we automatically go into that mama bear thing. Even with the dad, it's like, this is my baby, I protect my baby, I gotta do this, I know what's best for my baby. But it's like, you laid down with dude, like, that's your husband, that's his child too. So I'm almost certain he has that child's best interest too. So when that doesn't happen, you have mom who, I'm doing all this by myself, this is that and the third, and I don't have nobody to help me. But did you say you needed help? Or when he attempted to help you at one point, you say, oh, I got it. And he quit asking, do you need help? And just started allowing you to do it, because you always say, I got it. Or when something happens with the child, you're the first to respond. And when that happens, it's like, it's kind of like we're downplaying the father. And sometimes it's not intentionally, but it just happens. And guys have feelings too. I know this is mom panels, and it feel like I'm rooting for dad right now. But
No.
at the end of the day, that's pretty much that's my take on it.
And that was my take too. It's like as a couple, it does take both of us in the relationship to really communicate, right? And to make sure that everybody understands their role in the dynamic. So, all right, story number 2. Am I the drama? Am I the drama? All right, let me throw this out there. Am I totally overreacting, or am I just looking out for my kid like any other parent would? So we do Sunday breakfast every week with my partner's side of the family. It's kind of like our tradition. Well, this past weekend, my sister-in-law dropped off her kids at our house for the evening because a family came over, and it was an opportunity to have family time, everybody together. Now, one of her kids, the younger one, is about 18 months old. They were sick, or at least that's what it sounded like. So I asked my mother-in-law, what are her symptoms? She said, oh, she's got something like mouth blisters inside her mouth. And I'm like, excuse me? I've never heard of that in toddlers. And my first thought was hand, foot, and mouth disease.
That's what I was going to say.
Call me paranoid, but I also have an 18-month-old at home. And there's no way I'm letting him catch something that contagious if I can help it. So when my niece tried to crawl over to my son and grab one of his toys, I gently redirected her like, let's play over there, sweetie. And I told my mother-in-law I didn't want her touching our baby or his stuff. And she looked at me and said, oh my God, quit being so dramatic. I'm sorry, what? This is about my baby's health. I don't care how over the top it looks to other people. If there's even a chance it's hand, foot, and mouth, I'm not risking it. In fact, I was thinking about skipping gatherings for the next week too, since the toys they share may be contaminated now. But seriously, am I the drama, or am I being someone who's trying to protect their kid? Because honestly, I don't feel like I'm the drama. But now I'm starting to wonder.
Well, the other mom is the effing drama, right? I mean, who does that? I like the oh hell no. I like that.
That one was a late addition.
Hell
I felt
no.
motivated as Jackie read the first one. I was like, we need something else. Yeah, this makes me crazy because look, on the one hand, it's like kids are going to get sick. And stuff is always kind of brewing, and if you're going to be out in the world, there's always going to be some risk of something, right, on some level, and that's just like part of it. But when people like bring their kids around other kids where they're knowingly ill, showing symptoms like something like that, and I'm not talking about like a cough that they had weeks ago that's still lingering a little, right? Like they're different things. It just is so, it like makes me crazy. It just feels like so disrespectful. And I feel like I'm always of the mindset that like if my daughter is sick, even if it like creates difficulty for me in terms of like, you know, childcare, whatever, that's not only for her own sake so she can like heal and feel better, but like because it's our responsibility that I'm not going to then send her out to stuff. So like, and as a teacher, the amount of kids that would show up just very apparently sick, not like a little runny nose that every kid has, like very clearly ill. And it's just like, there's, 10 other kids in the room. It just feels so wrong. So this would make me crazy. And the only thing that would make me crazier is if on top of it, my mother-in-law was defending it. Oh my God. Like, that would send me off the edge. Like, that would just be it. Yes. So that's my take on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Me and that baby would have been out the house. Baby, get your stuff. Let's go. Off the top.
I would have left.
Yeah.
Yeah, off the top.
Yeah.
I would have got a surgery that just came up, and I would have left the house. Hang on, my phone's ringing. I just got somebody broke an ankle. I gotta go. I'll see you guys next week when there's
and
no
at 18
blisters.
months too, it's like they're mouthing everything. Like that's that's just like an age appropriate way to explore stuff. So it's like, it's tricky with no symptoms, let alone that. And that coxsackie, like hand, foot, mouth, that is not fun I mean, I feel like, everyone gets it one time or another, but like, you don't walk into that. That's not a good time.
We've never had it.
Oh, knock on everything.
We've never had it at our house. But I have to say, and it kind of reminds me of some people used to tell me that they used to have chickenpox parties. Mm-hmm. So the kids, you would bring the kids that had chickenpox. Like if a mom wanted the kid to have a chickenpox, so somebody would say, "My kid has chickenpox. Bring yours over so we can have a party." They would all get it and get it over with. Get it over with.
Look at Taisha's face.
So that's that. I guess that used to happen many years ago. I don't know if they still do this kind of stuff, but.
You know what? But Michelle, even with that, like, first of all, now there's chickenpox vaccines, so like, I don't think people do it. But I also think that like, even then, like,
you're making a decision to go.
Right, and you get that once, right? So the idea was you get it and you get it over with. Coxsackie, we could have it every week if you want it. Like, that one's like right for the picking. God. So like, that's like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's not like it takes care of something to walk into it. It's just like, okay, great. Like, now I'm going to have this again, you know?
Yeah. No, it's awful. No.
Mm-mm. I mean, honestly.
You and stay at home.
I had this situation recently, right? And mind you, I have postpartum anxiety undiagnosed. And everything that my child touches needs to be like completely like alcohol or whatever, like purified or wiped down or whatever. And the airplane was a nice exposing just like cesspool of like bacteria, and I was like the crazy mom wiping crap down, and you know,
is also me. Not
the crazy mom. Those are valid.
This is also me.
Every
like sneeze and cough that you hear on the plane, you're like, oh my god.
You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But you know, I have to admit, as soon as I was around family, and the baby was around family, I couldn't help it but actually say, like in my heart, it felt wrong. Not because it's wrong and, you know, I was wrong, but it felt wrong to also, I asked everyone, you know, if you were symptomatic, that first of all, grandma is not doing well, and second, we have babies. So if you are symptomatic, please, you know, don't just tell me and I will kindly just, you know, it was direct. It was never disrespectful or anything like that. But I was very, very direct. And everybody was great. Everybody, you know, Purelled their hands before touching the baby, which is great. And at the end of the day, you know, you're going to catch it if they have it. It is what it is. He's getting past around 20 people. You know what I mean? So I did let go a little bit, and it kind of felt good, you guys. It kind of felt good, and he was just fine. So I started to wonder about this scenario, and I'm like, well, is it going to kill my baby? If it's measles, probably will. But if it's, you know, chickenpox, probably won't. So I wonder if after everything I went through with my child and being so uptight about germs and diseases and being a nanny and all of this stuff, I wonder if we're also being the drama sometimes. And that's just my devil's advocate. I don't know. I felt like I was maybe releasing it a little bit.
I think that there's definitely a difference, like Jill was saying. Like, you know, a cough, a runny nose, something like that. You know what? Whatever. Like,
right.
For a while, right. I remember when we brought Drake home from the NICU, and I literally would not allow anybody in the house because if he got sick, he would go back to the NICU. Mm-hmm. It's right. Not like it was gonna be like we can take care of it here. He would be going back to the hospital. So
exactly
when that was happening, then I was like, no, this is not okay. Now, if it's a runny nose, if it's just, you know, I don't know, a cough or whatever, then I mean, okay, well, we're all friends. You know, right. Whatever. But when they're ill, like when they are, like they have a fever, they you can tell that they're not themselves, like that's when you make a decision as a mom to like, you let everybody know. You just, and that is the best thing about the world, is that you can send a text to whoever people you're going to go see, and you can say, you know what, so and so is not feeling well. I want to come, but I just don't think that this is such a good idea. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I just don't have anybody to leave him with. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Okay? I mean, it's not like it used to be that you're never going to see them again or whatever. Like, and if it is, then, you know, take them in, put a mask on them, whatever you need to do. But there are options. There are options, including masks.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's a good point. Jackie, I feel like, so I weigh this because I'm a little bit of like a germaphobe just from like teaching and just so
Same.
much snot and stuff, and like, so that definitely like lives in me. But I also had a child in like peak pandemic, and it like does do something to you. Like there was a period of time, even as people were getting vaccinated and things were improving and things were changing, I was terrified for my unvaccinated baby to be out, because like we've just been conditioned after going through all of this. You know, it does change something. So there was a period of time I remember when my daughter was like a young toddler, where I had to start because she would catch a cold and I would start to freak out, and I had to kind of check myself and like remind myself, like, hey, you know, you need to build immunity. Like, this is part of being a kid. I was sick constantly as a child. Like, you like forget. Right. My daughter had strep not that long ago for the first time. And I was like, oh yeah, strep. I had that like every week, I feel like, for years. Like, you know, like, that bubblegum like medicine. Like, I just feel like I like perpetually had strep. I was like, oh yeah, that. I remember that. But anyway, so I think it is a fine line, but again, like it's about the nuance. Like, I think it does make a difference. And I think it's also like, to Michelle's point, there are masks, there are options. I also will like ask someone, hey, you know, Ray has like a little bit of a runny nose, her spirits are good. Like, I'm not particularly concerned, but I want you to be comfortable, right? Yes. And like, if they're not, like, for whatever their reason, cool, like, we're gonna skip it. Yeah.
We'll do
like,
it another time.
I feel like there's like also that, where it's like, in this situation, could that person have been like, look, her spirits are good, but she has mouth sores. I'm sorry, I can't even say it, it's so ridiculous. She has open mouth sores, but she's fine. But like, if they had done that, then maybe she could be like, you know what, like, pass, or it would have been like, you know what, I'm actually unbothered. So I feel like there are like ways to do it that aren't just like assuming that everyone is fine.
So, you know, I would love to have a follow-up question to that person. Did everybody catch it after that weekend?
Also that.
Because that, like, including the adults, because the adults also get it. So, you know, it's like, okay, and
well, maybe they were on meds, or maybe, I don't know, it was like after the the contagious period, or we never know. Maybe, you know, there's a whole lot that we don't know about this, but generally speaking, the golden rule: do unto others what you'd like for them to do unto you. And that's honestly where I think that should be. Okay, so final story. I think that I would go on forever with these, but I know everyone has a life, and it's not going to be a podcast episode of 2 hours here. So, but let's continue. I love these stories so much, and next time I promise they're going to be a lot funner and more like dramatic. But I wanted to touch on like really important issues this time. So, all right, yes, this one. Oh. Okay, so I really need some advice on this because my relationship with my husband feels like it's slowly unraveling. I honestly don't know what to do anymore. Am I the drama for thinking he's exaggerating about my family's proximity? We moved closer to my family about 18 months ago, and it was a big decision for us. But lately, anytime my family comes over, or even if just for a short visit, my husband gets visibly annoyed. Not like a small eye roll, but like full on tension. It's gotten to the point where I don't even feel like I can enjoy my family when they're around because I'm watching his mood the whole time. And here's the thing, they barely visit. It's not like they're showing up every weekend, but anytime someone says they're dropping by, there it goes. It bothers him. For example, my parents are supposed to pop up later today. I haven't seen them in a couple months almost. Well, my husband, he hasn't seen them for even longer. And yet we managed to get into it this morning about it. Like, really, it's heartbreaking, honestly. I feel like I'm stuck in this weird middle space where I'm tiptoeing around the person I chose to build a life with, just so I can have a relationship with the people who raised me. Now, for context, he doesn't have a great relationship with his family. So sometimes I wonder if that has something to do with it. But I don't. I need connection. I need my people. And now I'm sitting here wondering if I'm the drama for wanting something that he doesn't. Or am I finally waking up to a version of this relationship that isn't working anymore? And yeah, we have a daughter, and that complicates things. I don't want to break up our family, but I also don't want to feel like I'm shrinking myself just to keep the peace. Is it a red flag? I've been trying to not look at for too long. So, can't tell me more, not sure yet. Interesting. Okay.
I mean, her feelings are valid. And the reason I would say that when she mentioned that context part about him not having a relationship with his family, that's where the validity comes in. Because it's like, not necessarily him being jealous, but it's like, it's not the same. It's like, well, my folks don't come over here, so why your folks always coming here? And it's like, your folks don't come here because that's the choice you've made by not having a connection with your people. Me on the other end, me and my people, we close. So my people come around, I come around my people, and my people come around me. However, because of your upbringing, it's different than mine. So that's definitely a disconnect in a communication piece. But what I will say now, that pop-up thing, I'm with him when he right. Don't just pop up over here. You call before you come, or you'll just be out there. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. So definitely, letting him know, like, hey, mom's and them coming over today. And if he's not in the mood for company, he can always go to the room. He don't have to entertain them per se. That's but true. Yeah, so there definitely has to be some communication.
Yeah, I agree. I think that so it's tricky on the one hand, because I'm from a very close-knit family, actually, as is my husband, but boundaries are tricky. And I think when you start to form your own family unit and kind of have your boundaries around your unit, that can get tricky, especially with family that is maybe used to things happening in a certain way previously. And, I got married in my early 30s. And so I say that because I wasn't super young. And so my kind of dynamic with my parents and sister had been in place for a very long time before Matt was in the picture. And it's tricky, right? It's not easy. Yeah. But what I will say is that it's about respect for each other. And that means sometimes, your partner respecting your needs and your wants and, in what you want in your relationship with them and your family and your friends, whatever it is. But it's also about respecting them and their boundaries, right? And then coming to a solution that works for you. So I'm with you, Taisha, popping over, no. I don't care if I haven't seen you in months, days, hours. You don't just show up in someone's house. That would not be cool with me. Close. And look, my sister lives a 5-minute walk from me. We see each other. My parents are here every week. They're here right now with my daughter. So I see a ton of them, but I would never just show up at my sister's, nor would she here, close as we are. We just wouldn't. And I feel even for my husband, I don't know that he necessarily would do this at this point. We're so kind of ingrained in our rhythm and in respect of having these conversations. But there have been times, if Matt had a horrible work week and like,
Yeah.
you know, everyone wants to come hang and like he's just not about it, I respect that. So if that means that like I'm then going to go and meet them and he's going to stay back or whatever it is, or you know what, today just doesn't work, that has to be okay. But it's also about like, it isn't always one or always the other. So I can appreciate like wanting different things, having different rhythms, having different ideas of what you're comfortable with, because I think we all do that when we come into relationships with people. But then it's about like having enough respect to have those conversations and, you know, the other person's needs and wants, because it isn't just about yours, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. Valid. Yeah, no, I'm coming from a family that actually doesn't have a lot of, a culture that doesn't have a lot of boundaries. And I, in fact, had a situation in my life raising my other two, which was basically I lived right below an uncle, aunt, and two cousins, and I lived in front of another cousin and her husband and a couple people. So they would just pop in and like, hey, what's up? What's up? What are you doing? And it was completely normal and it was completely okay. But I think it is cultural too. I think that it can be very much like the boundary situation, like Jill was speaking. I learned about that by working with families in the Caucasian community. I mean, and the boundary was set very clear from the get, and not in this area, obviously, because I'm the nanny, but in other things like be on time, or definitely you can't just call me, please text me and then call me, things like this, and if I can get back to you, I will. If not, I can't, things like that. Whereas in my culture, if you're not getting back to me, you're rude. If you're not responding,
like
you're
Or
rude.
you're dead, or like in trouble.
Or you're in trouble.
Like, truly.
Yes.
Do I need to come find you? Under,
like, are you okay? Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Search and rescue.
Yeah. So having that family dynamic is actually very, like, I would be completely offended. My vote was like can't tell you. I was like, not the drama to that story, because I was like, no, that is a non-negotiable. If you agreed to move closer, you also knew that this was going to possibly be the situation, because I'm coming from a very close-knit family. But again, it's that conversation that you have with your husband prior, and he married you, so he knows that your family's extra and a lot. So, but that doesn't mean that I won't respect him on a day that he's not feeling good, or that I won't cancel a family gathering. And like Jill said, I won't go to their place instead, and respect him if he's just not in that mindset. And also, I'm an introvert, so there's a lot of the introvert extrovert situation here as well. I understand the boundary because I'm an introvert, but if I was an extroverted Latina, there's absolutely no boundaries there. So just speaking from that lens.
Yeah,
I guess that is
it's the same.
Yeah, go ahead, Taish.
It's the same in the African American culture too. So for me, we are very close knit family or whatever. And prior to me getting married, it was, hey, you at the house? All right, I'm pulling up. Not I'm leaving home. It's just like, now I'm up the street, I'm pulling up. Or if I'm in the area, it's like, hey, I'm finna pull up where the kids at, that type thing. But being that with my husband and I, our child is grown. So there's really no, I'm just pulling up or whatever the case may be. Even when she was younger, my husband, he's from Cali. So with them, and his family is a smaller family, it was, no, you call before you come, make sure I'm good, and all these things. So a lot of boundaries I didn't have, because to me it's normal. It's like, oh, okay, mama and them outside, or my auntie and them up the road, so, they're just going to come over, and he looking at me like, who at the door? And then I get like, oh, that's just my auntie. You knew they were coming? Yeah, because to keep, because if I would have been like,
I just forgot to tell you.
Right, my dad, I forgot to tell you they were coming over. But
course.
so now, you know, like Jill said, you know, respecting the boundary within your marriage, within the family you created. So I respect that, and I had to relay that message, like, hey, if y'all coming over, you know, shoot me a message or call me to let me know, so I can give him heads up, because every day is not a good day for him. He worked with kids every day all day, so he's already drained. So just that, you know, just that alone was a bit different. So I understand where sis coming from. That's why I was just like, I get it. However, comma, you have to respect the family that you created.
Absolutely.
sure.
I agree.
Yes.
So with that, we have met the hour, you guys, maybe a little over, and we need to say our goodbyes for today, for this week's episode.
Mind your business.
Anyways, have a wonderful week, everyone.
All right. See y'all later.